Blessings, elders. So we are continuing with our video lessons, and as we were discussing on the previous video, these are the two pyramids that we find contained inside the Ankh, and we can connect it this way using the center of these blocks, and we can also use the corners, and we'll get the same thing. It's just that this image is much larger than this one, and this is obviously contained inside this image. It's there. We can trace it out, but we don't have to. It's already there. So today we are going deeper now into tracing the energy as to how this energy moves, right? We've spoken about this female way of how energy moves, and that it moves this way. Right, we've spoken about that, and we say this is the female way because female energy moves in curves, right? And then the pyramids, they have to do with the male way because male energy moves in straight lines, right? So we also have it here. We can trace it out. We can do the same thing, but we want to just do it here. And really what I want us to focus on is the energy pattern. This is the center, right? So we're going to trace the energy patterns that are happening inside this shape, right? Already we can see that this is a Merkaba. This is a Merkaba. So whatever knowledge that you know about the Merkaba, you can take that knowledge and apply it on the Ankh. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. So okay, we've traced the female energy moving that way. There's also another energy moving upwards, and this way. So we also want to trace that energy from this center of the pyramid. It goes up, right? And then here what happens is that the energy moves this way, right? It keeps circulating here, and at this point energy is anchored. When energy spirals or when it moves in curves, it gets transmuted and it gets intensified, just like the energy that is moving along this area, right? So we have this thing happening right here, right? The energy is moving and it's being anchored, and then it moves upwards, and then from here it separates this way and that, and then it circulates this whole area, and then energy is anchored here. So we have two centers of energy. We have this center, and we have this one. We can also say this one because it's the center of the pyramid, but we are not there. There's this pattern now. There's this pattern that looks like this, right? We spoke about this. This is a very ancient symbol. In fact, I'm not even gonna talk about it. This is a very secret and sacred symbol. And then there's also this pattern that we see happening within this shape, right? There's this pattern right here. So this pattern is called Iqhilo Lempilo, the knot of life, is another ancient symbol of the Ankh. You understand, guys? So we have this energy moving this way inside these two pyramids now, and inside the Ankh. It's moving this way, it's going up, and then it splits, and then we have this other energy that is being anchored here. It gets intensified, and then it goes up, and then it separates into two, and then it circulates. Still it's gonna come back, right? And there's also another energy pattern happening inside this shape. there's a lot of energies, and this energy pattern is moving this way, right? Exactly like the Kundalini. Okay, we can just, and then you see what's happening. This is where the energy gets to meet up, it gets intensified, right? It joins the other energies and then separates to meet at these points. You understand? So there's a lot of energy movement that is happening inside the Ankh, and it's all powerful. It's all energetically proven. This can be proven. In fact, we are proving it right now by tracing the patterns, and by showing you the shapes that actually create the Ankh. And when we do such things, it's like we are tracing the energies, right? So we have this kundalini energy that is going up, and then it's gonna ascend still this way and that way, right? And it's also gonna circulate. That is why I said energy is anchored here and energy is anchored here. Why? Because these are the meeting points of energy, right? So this is still gonna continue. I've given you the tools, and I would love for you guys to actually go deeper with this. We'll still go deeper. We'll still go deeper. But for now, uh,